Yo, it's your boy Alfie King. Welcome to another episode of the 106 Mile Podcast, everybody. 106 miles Chicago, gotta get there for dawn. Come on now, brother, you want my long. 106 miles, baby, hope you got some stories to tell. 106 miles, yeah. How's it going? How's it going? Come in. Get comfortable. It's your boy Alfie King. Coming to you live from Pirate Studios. Well, not live, but we're in Pirate Studios. Coming to you from the Reading branch this week. Just want to say welcome back. Hope you had a good week. Hope you're getting out in the sunshine if you're in the UK, because finally we have some good weather. And man, I love the sun. One thing I have as I get older is that I'm just more obsessed about getting in sun as soon as it's there. I think you take for granted, especially when you're working like an office block like I have to do, just how little time you get in the sun, and like the vitamin D. It's like as soon as you get out there, it's just like, it feels so good. So I went on my walk yesterday. Did like an hour and a half while I was charging the car. As you've probably all seen, my danger bees. So if you haven't seen on my Instagram post, I'll go try and get my 10,000 steps in a day. And we go where I park my car. There's farmers' fields that kind of go up. It's all public access, and you can walk off into the wonderful hills and just kind of get away from stuff. And what I do then is generally listen to the double and try and do that then. So I'm kind of focused on the music and stuff like that. And I was walking through these fields and came to this like passway at the end of the like 4 or 5 fields, and there was no access. You could go in there, and so I thought it was the public walkway. Kept walking up, and all of a sudden I was like, man, I'm in a fucking tennis club. What's all this about? And I turned around and I saw the sign in the distance. I was like, what's that? I got intrigued, so I went off and had a little wander, and I saw the sign. I got up to it and it said like danger bees, and I was like, bees? And I turned around, massive hive, and I was like, oh fuck, and swarming with bees everywhere. I'm stood there topless, like first day of the sun, white as a sheet, looking like a moron, and basically just kind of run the other way. Anyway, went back again this week to the same place, and I thought I probably won't go near the bees this time. And then there was a massive sign that was like, no public access, do not come in here. And I was like, oh, okay, so don't go near the bees. But anyway, what can I say? So this week's been a busy week at work. I work for y'all who don't know, I work for a trade company that sells to installers who install at venues all around the UK. And like COVID hit everybody, man, but things were a bit dicey, with no events going on, no live music, no whatever, there's no one to sell the speakers to, but now the kind of world's being switched back on. Oh man, people want some speakers and some lights, and it's crazy, which is great for the business, great for everybody, but trying to have the focus to get everything done that I want to do and not be like exhausted and all the rest of it. Man, I don't know how David Goggins does it, baby, because there again, when I talk about resistance and that kind of thing, an ongoing theme for this kind of show, there are times where you're kind of fighting your body. You get up, you go to the gym, you go to work all day, you come home, and man, I'm lucky that I haven't got to care for anybody else apart from myself. And I don't know how people manage to do that. Maybe I'm just weak, but the getting home and then trying to be creative or then try and be productive when you're like exhausted is hard. It is hard. And so I think as long as you're on the path, you got to maybe sometimes take it a little bit easy on yourself, which is what I was trying to do this week. I moved things around because I was thinking, what's the priority? Because although we're going to the gym, getting strong, baby, looking good, but, compared to what I was, down to 187, something like that, 187 pounds, so another 2.5 pounds lost this week, getting stronger, doing some incline dumbbell presses with 27.5s. And again, doesn't matter the weight that you push, it's where you come from to get to that weight. So I started on when I went back to the gym, probably 20s. Like my heaviest on the dumbbells, and then just slowly over 2 months build up, and it's working. I'm trying to make sure I get the sleep, trying to make sure I get and again, the walking, doing the 10,000 steps a day, it not only increases the ability to lose fat and stuff and burn fat without making you more hungry like you would if you go running or something, and there's less chance of injury. I've noticed that it helps my recovery because you're just circulating that blood. Because I sit in an office chair all day, so it circulates the blood, gets it pumping, and it helps the recovery. But I was getting to a point where the gym was taking priority of music, and it was like, what? I mean, I know health is wealth, but it was what's the focus here? So I know that if I'm really tired after work, I can still make myself go and work out. Where if I'm tired from work, I find it hard to do music and brain stuff because I've been doing brain stuff all day. So we tried to switch it round. So I'm going to the gym in the evenings. So if you're on the Instagram, hello, I'm Alfie King. You're not getting the early morning posts of me working out and stuff. However, maybe I'll start posting me trying to do more music stuff, and like maybe not like music like playing to the camera, but just pictures of, because I do workbooks and different things, and I've got a reading from something I want to read in a second. I'll just give you screenshots of what I'm writing, or maybe you won't be able to read it or whatever, but just so you know I'm doing it, keep myself accountable. And then the evenings we're going to the gym and working out. And again, it's weird because I feel that when I do the working out and I send uploads, I'm like, man, am I being obnoxious? Do people hate this? It's really weird. But again, when I talk to Louis and Pete, I say that I go on Instagram and follow people who do that because I enjoy it. So I'm hoping that the people that want to see it will see it, and the people that don't want to see it will go somewhere else. But you just don't want to bore people because, primarily we're here for music. I'm not a fitness model. I ain't never going to be a fitness model. But I'm just trying to give you the all-round picture of what's going on, So music-wise, again, last week, it was great to have Lewis Paul on from Old Swing. Fantastic guest. Sorry the mic was a little crunchy. Hope we're coming in okay this time. It was dashing, man. Dash hounding. Like, I booked the podcast studio, which was upstairs in the London branch. We haven't got one here, unfortunately, in Reading, but one upstairs in the London branch. And I'd plug it in, trying to get the interface going, trying to work out where my inputs were, all that kind of stuff. And it was a shame because, like, if you're into audio and stuff, there wasn't a preamp light on the desk. I mean, I should have checked it, should have had headphones on. Classic Rogan, always wear the headphones. But we were running and gunning and just getting it going. So I just set the levels and I was like, yeah, that's fine when we were talking. But as soon as we got in it, I was like, right, I'm on the microphone. Because I thought that, the levels into the interface were fine. Well, the levels into my recording session was fine. But it was the levels into the interface itself where the microphone goes in where mine was a bit hot. But anyway, I was very, very frustrated. But I think the content was good enough that it warranted, it put out there. And I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm trying to sort out my next guest. Maybe next week, maybe the week after, just to give you a little thing. Anyway, so going back to music and writing and all the rest of it. This is only my opinion, but I'm going to read a little something out of a book that I'm reading at the moment. Bear me 2 seconds. So this is a book called Songwriting Without Boundaries by Pat Patterson. Now, some people like to just, get in the zone and just write from like source or inspiration. And that's fine, man. And I do that sometimes too. But I'm just a song geek and I love learning new things. So I'm going to read my notes from the introduction of this book, and I might fluff it up. So, I'm reading my own handwriting here. Learning how to songwrite is like learning your own voice and making it stronger. You have a writing voice, something that feels most like you, and your job is to find it. Don't be paralyzed by trying to write something great. Write something and often you will find something great. Man. That is so true. And that's something that booking the pirate sessions, budgeting for it, and making myself come in and write. I've just come out. I mean, I had one today. I came in here specifically today to just work on stuff I've already written. Because me and Louis were talking and it's like, you've got the seeds now. Now we need to grow the seeds. Don't worry about trying to write more content. Because as a songwriter, you can just end up continuously writing new stuff and never finishing something. So this week I went back and tried to work on something. But anyway, as soon as I plugged my guitar in, old Red Fire, I was like, man, I can't remember what it was now. But as soon as I plugged it in, I just had this idea for like, I just had this idea for a groove and I was like, right, cool. And I recorded it quickly But then because the thing is, you don't want to go back to the thing you haven't finished writing because it's hard, because you haven't got the inspiration, the excitement. But you got to go back and you got to do it. So going back to what this was saying, don't be paralyzed by trying to write something great. Write something in you and often find something great. So true. Like, just coming in here, and when I'm writing at the moment, I just get a drum loop that's kind of what I want. Just a loop, I'm not sequencing, and I'm just playing guitar and singing over the top of it. And the rest, the arrangement, all that can come later. So when I came in here today, I was working on, you know the song, My Heart Stopped, Lord, Skipped a Beat. You know, that one that I was saying I was working with Louis last week on in the jam session. I was like, right, we're going to start trying to put this into a sequence. And I found this drum loop that was a little different to what we were doing in the studio. And I was like, oh shit, this adds so much different energy to it. So I put that on it, and then I was just playing guitar over it. And then, but it was something where I thought, oh, it's a bit of a, because I wrote it on acoustic guitar and I didn't know if it would translate well to electric. But because I'm forcing myself to keep going through this, I'm like, oh, this is fucking sick. And I wouldn't have known that if I didn't make myself come and do it. And, you know, and now I'm looking at the lyrics and stuff, and there's a line where it's like, my heart stopped, Lord, skipped a beat, nearly hit by that car as I tried to cross the street. And that woman left in the fastest car out of town. I don't like the car and the car. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, my heart stopped, Lord, skipped a beat, nearly hit by that truck as I tried to cross the street. Because like the image in my head was, he sees this beautiful woman across the street, and before he even gets a chance to, like, he tries to cross the road and some fucking truck nearly hits him, and before he even gets a chance to, like, talk to her, she's in, like, a sports car and she is gone, and he's just like, fuck, missed it, you know. And so it's that trying to think of somebody who doesn't know the picture in your head and writing a song. Do you know what I'm saying? Trying to write a song so as the viewer sees it, it's like painting the picture and all that. So, and again, sitting and going through this now is teaching me that refinement, which is something that I never really did before. I would just kind of jam stuff with a band, write, scribble some lyrics, and then that would be the lyrics. And even if I played a show, I'd kind of make them up. And again, when I was talking to Louis, it was that you get to a point where the music isn't about you so much. It's about the audience and about making sure they have a good time and an experience. And if you're singing like the verse of a song that they listen to in their headphones, you know, all the time, and it means something to them, or they have a driving trip where it meant something to them, and then you change the words, like, they're just going to lose the magic or the painting of the picture of all of it, you know? So trying to get really specific about words, painting pictures, how you structure in songs, and, you know, it's again, let me find something in this. It was a later note, so it's talking about sense-bound writing, which I'll probably go into more another time, but it's writing from your senses, you know, your taste, your smell, your whatever, and about why it's important. Because it is important, because that's the kind of secret sauce. It's talking about sense-bound writing. It makes you paint a picture inside your head if you're the listener. And you make you think, like, well, when you're in the picture, like, if somebody, so there's a quote that he says from Reed and Shamble: turn down the lights, turn down the bed, turn down the voices inside my head. And that's from a song called I Can't Make You Love Me. And again, he says, the sense-bound writing matters because it makes you paint the picture inside your head. What kind of bed, what kind of style is the bedroom? What kind of lamp, where's the light coming from, that kind of thing. So it's similar to like when you read novels. When you read a novel compared to watching a movie, you're painting it with your experiences. And later on it says, you know, words stimulate senses. You put your stuff in the song. You fill it with your stuff, your experiences. It involves you and makes the song about you. So when you get more into it, and I was talking in a group chat about a John Mayer song and his older stuff where he... oh man, what was he talking about? It was like phone lighting up in the hotel in the side cabinet or whatever, and it was that like detailed stuff. Which, and again, it's genre specific, man. It's genre specific. So for what I want to do, I want to try and get into that more. And it's something where you kind of do daily writing and sense-bound writing and do all this stuff to make those muscles stronger. But again, this is a challenge. So these are like 3 14-day challenges, and you start off doing sense-bound writing or object writing, you know, explained in the book. Then you go into how to make metaphor, and then you go into twisting round metaphor. Sorry, there's 4 sections. And then the last section is doing it in rhythm and rhyme. But each of those are 2 weeks, right? So you got 2, 4, 6, 8. So 2 months of dedication to it. And it takes about, I don't know, half hour, an hour a day, something like that. And I've tried to do this since I was 22, and I've never made it to the end of the book. So I'm starting again from the beginning, and I'm going to try and get through the book because I think it's such a powerful tool to try and get that sense-bound writing in my writing, and I really want to try and explore that. So anyway, right. I ain't got much time left in here before somebody else is coming in to write their beautiful music. So I'm going to jump to the double. Sorry, I didn't do the double last week. Had a guest, was excited. There's a lot going on. So this week's double was West Side Soul by Magic Sam. And I really enjoyed this because I thought it was going to be something different, where it was a lot of stuff like Etta James or whatever, where it wasn't bluesy blues, like, or guitar-based kind of blues that, you know, I'm very used to. But I'm going to play a tiny little segment, see if I get caught, but... I mean, how bluesy is that, man? Come on. And that's like, whoa, your love, baby, used to be mine. Man, come on. And he does like Sweet Home Chicago. And it's not like the fucking cheesy one you've seen a covers band do 1,000 times, you know. There's so many good songs, like My Love Would Never Die, Looking Good. Man, there's one called the Magic Sam Shuffle, I think. Oh, it might not be in here. If you can find it on YouTube, it's him in a black suit playing like a black Les Paul with like some stickers on it or something. And it's amazing. His guitar picking and like the way, like the boogie, the like da 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 da, and it's like so much energy in it. And then I found out wasn't his guitar, wasn't going to play. He just turned up to watch. Somebody saw him there and was like, "Dude, you should play." So we went up there and he just like riffed this thing, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's the epitome." And he looks sick in a black suit, and that's the epitome of like cool blues guy. Or whatever, cool musician from like the 50s. Because now if you wear a suit and you do this and that, it's just not the same vibe. Fucking love it. I love that. So that was the double this week. I highly recommend. I can't pick a favourite because they were all amazing. And they were my kind of blues. That kind of like guitar based. That was 1967. So that was, you know, a little bit later on compared to like the Chess record stuff that I really like. But it kind of has a similar kind of sound to it. So I'm going to do the thing where I've got a stall while I try and find Pete's email with the doubles in to find out what next week's double is going to be. Howlin' Wolf, because that's what you got. Because he right, here we go. So Magic Sam, West Side Soul. Then it's John Fahey. Sorry if I said that wrong. The Legend of Blind. Oh, John Fahey. Try this again. The Legend of Blind Joe Death. So I don't know who that is. I have no idea what that's going to be. And then that'll be the end of the double. That'll be all 10. So, don't know. Maybe we need to get Big K back in or Pete and ask him what's up. Where do we go from here? Maybe I'll start picking some albums. Who knows? But so that is the 106 Mile podcast this week. We're kind of, you know, sticking it on the end of a recording session, bringing you in the studio with me. I really love doing it from the podcast studio, and I want to get more guests in and do it that way because it felt so natural and relaxed, and I had so much fun. But again, I like to bring you in here, give you a little one-on-one, little FaceTime, and kind of read through like songwriting books that I'm interested in, guitar stuff I'm interested in. I've got my other Gibson, I brought it with me today, my Les Paul. I'll probably start playing that a little bit as well. I'm kind of still obsessed with Red Fire at the moment, but anyway, I hope you've been comfortable. I hope you had a great week. I hope you have a great week ahead. Remember, man, you got to do you, baby. You got to do you. Forget about everybody else. You're doing you. And, man, again, sorry for my being unorganized. However, there's a very important thing that I want to tell you about, because this just reminded me. Go on YouTube and put in Believe by Anthony Hopkins motivational speech. Just do that. I'm not going to tell you what it's about, but just do it. All right. I've been your boy Alfie King, and this has been the 106 Mile podcast, everybody. I hope you've been comfortable, and I'll see you next week. 106 miles Chicago, gotta get there for dawn. Come on now, brother, you all night long. 106 miles, baby, hope you got some stories to tell. 106 miles.